How do you manage to sabotage all the reach and momentum from a great long-form video or podcast right at the finish line after spending days polishing it? It is shockingly easy. You sit on an hour-long interview full of gems, post the whole thing, and then get zero traction because you skipped creating snackable clips. People aren't finding the key moments that make them subscribe. And worse, your otherwise great content becomes completely invisible in the endless social scroll. If you're a creator trying to grow, this is where most of the real payoff happens, turning that single long-form asset into a steady stream of catchy content. Let's face it, one host is calm and measured, but your co-host comes in fire mode with volume spikes all over the waveform, creating an audio mess. When you try to manually chop up the entire episode, you end up with a series of clips that feel totally uneven, some too quiet, others too loud. For your audience, that inconsistency is brutal, because they either fiddle with volume or skip the segment, leading to lost retention and missed opportunities. You lose the chance to convert viewers into followers simply because you skipped the one thing that makes long content travel: systematic clipping and scheduling. So how do you fix this and ensure every episode you publish feeds your socials with consistent, bingeable content that feels like it belongs together? The easiest practical answer I've been using is a smart automation system designed to stop wasting time and start building real momentum. What makes this system different is that it doesn't just make clips. It automates the whole content lifecycle, so you can focus on creating instead of grunt work. The three big wins I rely on are auto-editing viral clips, hands-off auto-scheduling, and managing everything through a centralized content calendar. But forget the brochure features. Here is how this actually helps you in your day-to-day production workflow, starting immediately. Step 1 is simple. You upload your long video, and the AI instantly analyzes the entire recording to find all those high engagement moments automatically. It actively searches for a mix of energy, punchlines, emotional beats, and those specific moments that historically perform the very best across platforms. If you have ever spent hours manually scrubbing through an episode in your editor, you know how incredibly slow and subjective the process of deciding what to cut can be. A good system delivers you a short list of ready-to-go, polished clips in mere minutes, saving you the many hours that manual review usually demands. Step 2 involves formatting those selected clips perfectly for the specific platforms you are targeting, because context and framing really do matter a lot. A vertical cut that crushes it on TikTok might need a punchier opening and a different trim than what works best for a static Instagram reel. The software automatically handles the precise cropping and styling for you, meaning you never have to awkwardly resize everything in another app later on. Step 3 is where most creators fail: scheduling and consistency, which means leveraging the rest of that great episode long after the first clip goes out. The auto-schedule feature lets you set a simple cadence, say 3 clips per week, and it will queue and post that content for you automatically. This keeps your channel constantly active, your audience sees predictable content, and each episode becomes a sustained mini-campaign instead of a single forgotten post. The content calendar pulls everything together so you can visually track what's scheduled, reorder clips, and tweak final captions from one central dashboard view. For me, this oversight process turned hours of weekly admin down into about 20 minutes of quick review before I move on to the next creation. Now, I should be fair and talk about alternatives, because you will certainly see many other tools promising similar automated editing functionality. There are excellent audio-specific tools that are brilliant at leveling and loudness, effectively fixing the problem of wildly inconsistent volume between speakers in your recording. However, those sound tools alone will not magically create bite-sized videos or manage the essential distribution task of scheduling them across your social feeds for you. Furthermore, other auto-clipping services often strip away crucial context or force you into rigid templates that charge per clip, which becomes expensive fast. Compared to those overly rigid options, a quality system strikes a great balance by remaining affordable, smart about selection, and flexible enough for easy last-minute tweaks. A practical tip is not to over-trim the AI's suggestions, because sometimes the best line needs a half second of setup, so always consider adding a micro intro for context. Another key tip is to batch process, uploading several episodes at once to queue up clips for the next few weeks so you create a consistent growth rhythm. The bottom line here is that you don't need to be a professional editor to maintain a professional social presence if you have the right repeatable system in place. That system needs to flawlessly include smart clipping, platform-aware formatting, and scheduled distribution to turn one asset into dozens of performance-ready moments. If you have been relying on one-off posts or doing everything manually, just try this. Upload one episode, let the AI create clips, and watch the friction disappear. I would argue the biggest mistake creators make is treating each episode like a single product, instead of realizing it should function as a dedicated content factory. That 1-hour interview should easily become weeks of strategic posts that pull new viewers back to the full episode and grow your channel compoundingly over time. Do that final 20% of the work, the systematic distribution and repurposing, and your content library will start delivering compounding returns on your effort. I'll happily show you a quick walkthrough of what the suggested clips actually look like in practice, if you drop a comment below asking for one. So get back to creating that great original content, but promise yourself you will turn those long videos into short, valuable hits before you ever hit publish.